Lads, we need to talk about Cardiff, man. Cardiff City. Yeah? Relegated from the Championship. I'm so hurt. So hurt, man. My team I supported from 7 years old, alongside my other team, but we won't even go into that. The season started. Opening day, I'm in the crowd. I'm in the grandstand. Not too far from the dugout. The ones who know where I sit. I'm talking to my fellow supporters, some friends, and I'm saying I believe we'll be in the playoffs. I'm not sure about promotion, but I think we'll get to the playoffs. Last year we was close. This year, a chance for the gaffer to go from the start and try and get it done. Errol Bullet started the season. What a shit show. I can't even remember how many games he was in charge, but he finished the league campaign before sacked. Not the full campaign, but when at the time of sacking with 1 point. 1 point. Lost every game, only drew one game. And that was just the one against Swansea. So by force, we couldn't lose that one. Errol Bullet wasn't my favourite manager. Not by a long stretch. Me and him don't align. He's more on the Jose Mourinho mode. He needs older players, experienced players, and very physical, slower players. That's what he prefers. He wants a certain solidity from the group of players to get the results that he wants, but he got no results. Okay. In comes the assistant manager who was only hired in the summer, Omar Reza. Omar Reza, former Arsenal youth player. I know about him. From North London, from my side of London. I knew about him, didn't know about him as a coach, but I know about him as a player in the lower leagues and stuff, played for Barnet and so on and so forth. Actually knows a few of my friends. I didn't know that before he was in the job, but when he got the job, they're like, oh, you know, one of my friends from the area, we played district football together, is the coach of Cardiff, knowing that I'm a Cardiff fan and that. He came in, changed it around early, it looked good, we was playing some good football. There was positives in the Omar Reza reign. I didn't mind him in terms of squad selection. I thought his squad selection was good. I thought he trusted players that I like, technical players that I would get the best out of, I believe. But his in-game management is what cost him. The team selection, great, but the in-game management, probably out the bottom barrel, I'll be honest. But there was, like I said, positives, battered Swansea, and negatives, giving away games with the very last kick of the game when the game was tied up, should have been ours. So, it's a weird one. With the squad that we had, I genuinely believed that we could get the playoffs. So to be, obviously, like I said, to come into a job when you only have 1 point after a certain amount of games, it's not going to be easy. And he did give us some good times in the moments. But, boy, to end up with relegation, when we just caught life 2 seasons ago when Reading got deducted points to save us from relegation. Last year we made a last-ditch effort to get in the playoffs. Nearly made it. Looked like if you have a consistent season from the start, we could do it. It's jarring. So then it's like, as we speak, we still haven't hired a new manager. Omar Reza was sacked. Ramsey came in very late. If you're going to sack Reza, you do it 4 or 5 games before you did it. You've given Ramsey 2 games to save Cardiff. 2 games, maybe 3 games. It's all off the top of my head. To save Cardiff. And what you've done is, by doing that, you've put a relegation on man's record. Obviously, comes with an asterisk. It was only 2 games. It's not his fault. But come on, you didn't have to do that to a club legend. A man that left us years ago, went about his career and came back home at a decent age to try and give us some glory years. You didn't have to do that to him. It actually makes me mad thinking about it. I haven't said this out loud. I'm pissed off about that. Then you think, what? All right, cool, we're relegated. We haven't got a manager yet. The squad is good. I think this is Cardiff's, from the time that I've supported Cardiff, which was 7 years old. We had players like Graham Kavanagh, Andy Legg, Earnshaw, them years there. We haven't had a squad of young players like this. We haven't had a golden generation in my days. I think this is the most golden generation I've seen. So we need to trust our young players, but I'm in a bit of a catch-22 where we need to get promoted this season. There's no other answer but promotion this season. I want to trust the young players, but I do need some experience to get us over the line. There's certain players we cannot afford to lose. Old Dowda, Yusuf Salek. And young players have to be trusted. Joel Colwill should have never been on loan, in my opinion. The first Errol Bullitt season, in pre-season, he gave him a little game debut, showed that he's in his thoughts. Throughout that campaign in the 21s, every big game, every derby match, he performed. Him and Ashford performed. Ashford gets a chance against Southampton, scores, gets more chances. In my opinion, Joel Colwill is our most complete midfielder. He can do a bit of everything. Top quality player. Should have never been sent out on loan. First half of the season at Cheltenham, he was incredible. Second half of the season, the stats don't look great, but if you use your eyes, at Exeter in League One, he was good. He was class. Nothing to write home about, but he should have been with us. That's the kind of player we needed. We know the Colwill genes. Big lads, good size, technical players. Him and his brother. We need to now play Ruben every game. Every game. Build around Ruben Colwill and Joel Colwill. We have to get this right. Every step has to be a forward step. This is a golden generation. I haven't seen so many players of the highest quality come through our academy at the same time like this. I can go through some names. Ronan Capacchio, Dylan Lawler, Louis Giles, Joel Colwill, Kean Ashford, Ruben Colwill, obviously a bit older, Trey George, Trey Way, yeah, Nyakuya, Tanatswa, yeah, Mafiko. We've got players here. We have to get this right. And then, like I said, one's a little bit older, Joe Bagan, been at the club for a long time, quality player. We have to blend these guys in well. Promotion is the only agenda, is the only objective. And a lot of the fans want Tan out. I'm not sure about Tan out, I'll be honest. I don't think he's been the worst thing. I don't think he's been that bad. I feel like the fact that he came in and changed the colour of the kit really broke the relationship early with the fans. I feel like there was a miscommunication there. And of course, football's not his main thing. He's an investor from far. He ain't privy to the ins and outs of the culture. I do think the home kit should always be blue. But he could have made the away kit red. No problem with that. Dragons is part of our team. Calon Drag. You understand? This is what I'm on. Bring that fearsome fire breathing. Bring that intimidation. I get it. But this is the Bluebirds, it's not the Redbirds. You understand? So you keep the culture where it is. You understand? So I feel like that early part has killed him with the fans. I feel like he's always tried to put his best foot forward in terms of investment. We've been promoted twice under him. He spent money when it's needed. I think some people's got short memory when we got promoted and we signed Cornelius, and when we got Ole and Makeda and Fabio and all these players. We had Zahar on loan. We had Raval. We've always invested where these players have gone on and been successful in other places. Top players in certain instances. When we needed to be safe in the Premier League, we did invest. We went Salah, rest his soul, is what we needed at the time, a good profile striker for the Warnock way. I don't think anyone's really said that. And I was there when we protested. I was there. I wasn't involved in the protest, but I respectfully observed it. I understood where a lot of the fans are coming from, but I could only see things my way. And that's the way I saw it. So I'm sorry to anyone who doesn't agree. I just got to be honest from how I feel. I feel like he's tried, and all I can do is have a man that tries. We've had transfer bans where we can only sign loan players and free players. And we got Ramsey in that time. He's tried. But there is a bit where he hasn't tried. And that's in the employment of the manager. A lot of times he's gone for the caretaker. A lot of times he's gone for the other guy. He hasn't tried to get the best candidate. That's where I have a problem. And with that, you got to find the qualities of the manager. Even when with the inexperienced guys, like I said, I saw positives in the way that Reza mapped out his team to start. I just feel like he lacked in the in-game. When the game's going on, that management style and the way you think about football is heightened. The game is going on. You got 90 minutes to make it change, like to do something and change the result of what you're seeing at the time. It's hard. It's not the easiest thing to do. And there was another manager similar who I liked a lot, but I don't think he had enough time. In the season when we nearly got relegated, but the Reading deduction helped us, was Hudson. I liked Hudson. Similar to Omar Reza, I feel like the lineups he was putting out made sense. He trusted the technical players I look at and go, I like him, baller. And that's all I can ask for. And I thought he was good. I just thought at the time we couldn't afford the run of draws that he had. And that ultimately cost him. He didn't actually lose a bag of games. And there was some unfortunate results in there, like the one against Blackpool, where Medine should have been off the pitch. Then Medine ends up getting the winner. Medine couldn't hit a barn door when he was with us. Couldn't hit a barn door. So we had a bit of bad luck in there, where if these little details was correct, I don't think we'll be in that situation. But the refs always are against us. It's almost like we play in a league in England and they don't respect us on the same level as Welshmen, as Cymraeg. That's how I feel. If anyone's offended by that, fuck you. Straight up and down. No games. Yeah? Because I see it. Them little 60-40 decisions, they only go one way. Even if the 40's for them. I don't like that. Those little things. When we win, we have to win outright. We don't get the little decisions. Never have. I've always noticed that. But I won't even go too far in that. But I've said it, and I'm happy I said it. Yeah. We have one objective, one mission for next season. That is promotion. We need to add some quality. We need another few loans. We need to give some we need to have a good talent identification and trust some young players from some top teams, from top academies, similar to what we did with Will Alves. Look how class he was. We need a few loans like that. We need to give some players opportunities that are not getting it in their higher teams. Whether that's like a loan for Gabe Biancheri, formerly of our academy, went to Man United. He's now 18. If the pathway is limited, can one hand wash the other hand, where we give him some adult minutes and he's able to push himself in the Wales team and these little things? It could work for every party. Dejan Whisper Richards, Jamaica's most highly touted talent, plays for Chelsea's academy. Chelsea signed him directly from Jamaica. He's an incredible player. He's been unfortunate with an injury. He should be back now. By the start of the season, he should be back. Can we take a risk on someone like that and give him a platform? Because we know that Chelsea have a massive roster. Is there any other Chelsea talents that we can give a platform to? Can we find these little gems to help us get over the line? But not just young players. Obviously, I trust our own young players. We have to keep some of the experience we have. Rambo has expressed his desire to keep playing. I love that. Anytime he's on the pitch, the way he plays, the way he looks at the game, the trust that he has from other players means that they can make an honest run and know that he can find them, and we see it. Rambo's class. Obviously, I wish him all the best health-wise to be on the pitch the most he can be and help us get out of this rut. We need another 2-3 seasons from him. We do need that. I want him to lead the charge. I don't want him to be player manager. I want him to play. But I want him to be healthy, and I want it to be the best decision for him and his family. Guys, I don't even know who else we could get League One. I don't know who's willing to drop them levels, but we need to get promoted. Yeah, I just thought I'd check in. You know, I don't really like to do too much mid-season. I like to evaluate and then project what we want for the next year. And we want promotion. We're going to get promotion. We have to. There's no choice. No choice. Whoever's in charge has to have an air of playing and trusting young players. We cannot have another Bullet who just goes for old boys. We can't. We have to have the blend of experience and youth players. We have the tools. There's other players I didn't mention earlier. Cody Twos, Barton, two of them, the two Bartons. There's talents all over this squad, all over. Simic, Rocco, we haven't even given him a chance. We didn't even give him a chance. Kid was playing Champions League. We're treating him like he's, what's his name again? See, it's so bad he was so bad I let his name go. The youth we had on loan up front. I'm betting him anyway. We're treating him like him. Like, we don't want to give him minutes. You know what I mean? Can't even think of his name. It's crazy. You know? But, yeah, man, we're getting promoted. We have to, by force. by force. Yeah? Up the Bluebirds.